Welcome to the Maia Ātaahua podcast, hosted by me, Zoe. We're going to look at concepts like the perfect victim and the narrow definitions that withhold help, support, and sometimes justice. Well, most often justice. And along the way, we're going to connect with people from around the globe. It's going to be a good time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and please enjoy the show. Thank you. Okay, how do we do this? I don't even know. Acting. Hello, everyone. This is our good friend Jess from Savvy.
Hi, everyone.
We accidentally hit record earlier and we've already had an entire conversation. So I thought, oh my gosh, we better actually do this properly. So welcome, Jess.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah. So I just want to take a moment to really thank you for jumping on and having this conversation. As you know, we're quite grassroots era of a foundation, and we're focusing on recovery after abuse of all types and restoring dignity and joy back into someone's life. As I feel like we all deserve it, but sometimes when you recover, you just don't really feel like it. So we align on so many different things, especially pink. Hello. We're in our uniforms. Perfect.
Love it.
So, Jess, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jess. I am the founder of and designer behind Savvy the label. We are based in a very small country town in New South Wales. I am a mum of 3 little babes under 3. And our house, my husband's under strict instruction at the moment to keep them as quiet as possible. So fingers crossed there. I was a teacher, so I have a background as a teacher and within the disability sector. And I became a mum, and I knew that I didn't want to go back to, necessarily a job that I'd been to, but I wasn't ready to give up my own sort of sense of self, I suppose, and sense of freedom. And so from that, Savvy was born. So that's, I suppose, where it came from.
Oh, I love it though. Yeah. 3 kids go. Okay, I got 3, but not under 3. I did have 2 under 2 at one moment, and that was just wow. So 3.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
brave.
It's
pretty fast.
Yeah. Actually, sorry, I don't like. Let me retract that. I don't like saying that's brave because, well, it is brave to have 3 under 3, but like, what do you like? It's kind of like a weird word to use, like, but in our space, Maia Ātaahua, we talk about being brave, bold, audacious, courage, and it is all of that. So, well done, celebrations all around.
See, I totally agree, because if I look at my situation now, and it was planned, we were really fortunate that we were able to sort of plan and have things happen when we wanted and how we wanted. So, but if someone told me that they were going to dive into this, I would think they were really brave because it's very chaotic. But in the same sense, I've never done it before. So I don't know any different. So for me, this is just motherhood. This is just how it is.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, where you're at with 1, 3, 5, 10-year age gap, 6 months. Oh, okay, no, that doesn't happen. But but that's not how maths works. It doesn't matter. Everyone. It's your only time doing it, and only you know how you feel in those moments. And we're all brave. So yeah. I mean, definitely, it's good to take a minute and just celebrate all our mamas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So tell me about Savvy. So you're beautifully pink. Why did you choose pink?
Pink has just, not always, I suppose in the last sort of 10 years, I just love it. I don't necessarily have like a meaning behind it, or I really love it. I find it's vibrant, it's fun, it's yeah, it just sort of, it just represents a real sort of feminine
Mm,
edge, I suppose,
mm,
for me anyway. Um, about 10 years ago, I was a personal trainer
mhm,
and I wanted to get branded shirts for, just the women that I was training. And I went to the embroiderer, screen printer business and I said, right, this is the logo, this is the design, and I just need some pink shirts. And she said, oh, no, no, we're not going to get pink. And I was like, why? And she said, "Oh, that's just, it's too, you're cutting off too many people. There won't be enough
yeah,
people who want to wear pink. It's too limiting." And I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." So I just got the navy that everyone else had, and I sort of thought about that just for so many years, and I just sort of thought, no, like I'm going to stick to, to my brand and what I believe in, and I want women to stand out, and I want us to feel proud and happy. I feel like dressing in color, it is a real dopamine.
mm,
Dopamine dressing is obviously a trend at the moment, but it does. You feel happy and you feel good when you get dressed. And after my first little boy Bobby was born, I really struggled postpartum. Those first 3 months, I really, really sort of mentally struggle. And I suppose for me, it was lucky that the color was pink. But a friend sent me an Instagram reel about a flamingo.
mm,
They lose all of their pink, once they've had children because they give all of their energy to their little baby chicks. And as their chicks get older and they start to find themselves again, their color pink comes back to their feathers. And I think about that all the time now. And so pink didn't necessarily have a meaning to me. To me, it was just something I loved. But now I'm, I'm really proud to hold on
mm,
to that color and to not lose that, because I think as women or as mums, we are the first to lose, our colors, and we do it to ourselves, I think, because we feel like we have to give, everything to our partner or our kids or our home or
mm.
whoever's in our corner. But yeah, now for me, pink is, I suppose, an armor or a something for me that I can hold on to, I suppose. Yeah.
Yes, that so I was, recently doing a site visit through work and they were talking about the importance of pink. It's like pink's actually quite a healing color and it's reconnecting with your femininity and what it symbolizes. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's why I chose pink as well, was that it's Elsa Schiaparelli, it's the hot pink, it's audacious, it's out there. And I thought, yes, pink is having a moment. And I remember being told years ago, no, don't wear pink. Not enough people wear pink, like it's for little girls.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's for everyone. Pink
Yeah.
is not a gender, it's a color, first of all.
Yeah.
And also, we're all matching it with reds. And I just think, oh my goodness, 1 second, Jess, we have the same background.
Yes.
Okay, mine are from Kmart. Yours look like real nice ones.
No, no, mine are just a spotlight
Oh, well, there you go.
collection.
But yeah, you're so right. The reclaiming the pink and the flamingo. I remember reading that as well. Like, it's after my third baby, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just so tired. Just back to back,
Yeah.
tired, drained. I brain fogged for years.
Yeah.
And reclaiming the pink, I think it's actually quite symbolic for anybody who's coming out of any sort of transitional period.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do I have to be black all the time? Oh my God.
Yeah, I agree. And I just sort of think, so when I became a mum, probably primarily,
Mm,
I I still, I was still working. I still had my NDIS company. And so, I was on Zooms all the time or I was at events. And so I needed something that was really comfy. And
yeah.
everything I could find for work was black. They're black blazers or they're beige, but that same sort of very neutral color palette.
Mm,
And then I looked for mum clothes that would be comfy to wear at home, and I can go to the park and I can, have bottles spilt on me and whatever, all the things. And all the activewear was black. And I was like,
mm,
this is not for me. Like, I have lost enough. I'm struggling with my new body. I'm struggling. My hair's falling out. And, all these things that seem so first world, but when you're in the thick of it, it's massive. And so I just refused to also not feel happy when I got dressed in the morning. And so that sort of, the t-shirts, I suppose, initiated that, because getting dressed in the morning, if you know what you're wearing and it's easy to wear, it's actually like you put your legs in a pair of pants and your arms in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
So whether that's a black pair of tights or a funky pair of pants and a fun t-shirt, the process is the same. So it's not necessarily harder to wear fun clothes. It's just harder to find them. And so, yeah, I wanted to start creating things. And so that's a really key aspect of all my designs is, do they need to be ironed? Can I throw them in the machine to wash? Do I need a special bra? Do I, all the things. So really making sure they're designed for real life, because this is it. This is our real life.
No, yes, and they're such good quality t-shirts. Like,
Yeah.
the thickness of the cotton, like it's got to stand up to every day. Like I wore it to work, love it. Everyone was like, "Yeah, you live off coffee." They know me, like, "Yeah, you're chaos." So it's for anyone, and quite a lot of younger women in the office who are not married with children, so they still want it too. It's not just, well, don't be married for kids, but you get my point. Like it's not just for everyday mum; it's for everyone. And I gifted one of the t-shirts to a friend who's just had a baby, and her family live overseas in Poland, and I gave her one, and it was like, she's like, "Oh, thank you." It's like, yeah, because when you've just had a baby, you need something new, fresh, put it on, and it's comfortable quality. And she's really grateful for that. So she's like, "Yes, coffee and chaos is eating."
Yeah, the coffee and chaos is so relatable, because it's just, it just is what it is. It's so hectic.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, everyone always says you'll miss it, and I already do. It's like, I'm not, oh, the youngest is 4, and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's no more babies. And then go off and swear at her because she's pulled all the sheets off the bed again, and I've just made it.
Yeah. My whole house was hit with gastro last week, and so we're all like just dying on the lounge room floor. And I still said to my husband the next day, "I know this sounds really traumatic, but I still want another baby."
Yes.
He's like, "What is wrong with you?" I was like, "I don't know, but I just love them so much."
Said to my personal chef, because he cooks for me all the
Yeah.
time. I'm like, "Yeah, number 4." "No, I'm not stupid."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, but I am." Let's do it.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Oh.
It's a sucker for punishment.
So, yeah, I mean, pink's a good branding. It symbolizes so much more than people think, right? They think it's just for girls and, oh, you're just reconnecting with your Barbie era. But it's actually quite a bold color in and of itself. With our foundation or not for profit, we're restoring people dignity and joy after a tough period of time or abuse or assault. And one of the things when you're recovering from these situations is that you don't want to draw eyes on yourself. You're covering up, you wear black. But then slowly, just like after having a baby, through time, you sort of start to shed that visible shame, for the hoodies and loose clothing, and you start to sort of find your steps again. And it could take someone the whole life, but for some it might be a little bit sooner, or just through, there's no set time period. But being able to put pink on is in of itself quite a significant moment from someone who's recovering. I remember for myself, I'd always wear black and white, just be very in the background, faded. It's also the 2000s and we had weird fashion, but my friends would say to me all the time, like, "Why don't you wear color?" And it's like, I don't know, it's black and white. Or I'd feel uncomfortable if I put on color, and I'd only choose some very quiet, dull palettes or blue. And then sort of over time, I'd find myself picking up bright things and sparkles and experimenting with self-expression and joy through clothes. And I think one thing that's really undervalued is your self-expression, your dopamine dressing, your adorning your body with your appreciation for yourself. So us choosing to raise money for the foundation through clothes is actually it's actually an act of anarchy. in a way. So when I found your line and the bright pink and what you stand for, I was like, oh my God, it's kismet. It's meant to be. Thank you. Like I said to you, I was very busy in the middle of things, and then a young girl works with me. She goes, they're gorgeous. And I was like, okay, carried on. I was like, it was
No,
meant to be.
well, it was my very first international order. So it was so exciting. I woke up and I like refreshed it sort of 3 times because I was like, no, it can't be. It can't be. It's so exciting.
I just
Yeah.
love it because we always talk about love and how at the center of everything is you, and you need to love yourself first. And so I saw these big love hearts and coffee because we always had coffees and chaos. I was like, oh, it's just us. I would make these for ourselves. So
Yeah.
they were sitting there on my shopping list, but I was like, I don't know yet because I had all these things. And then she validated it. I was like, okay, done. You just needed that yes, So
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I totally understand. It's actually really interesting that you mention, sort of that wearing black and not wanting to stand out. So when I hope we can talk about this. I think we can.
yes. This is a safe
Yes.
space always. Yeah.
Yeah. So, when I was 18, I was in a situation of sexual abuse,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't necessarily realize it at the time, but it was like, obviously, but it was quite a traumatic sort of experience, obviously, but and so I didn't realize at the time, but for the next few years after, I did wear black all the time, and I had never made that connection until maybe 5 or 6 years after, and I met this woman who is now my best friend. She's just fabulous, and she's a fashion stylist, and without even really realizing, I was wearing feathers and sequins and out to lunch. It was just this fabulous. And it wasn't until I sort of looked back that I really put that, sort of all together. And so I'm really conscious about that with myself now. I I don't like to wear black postpartum because I already know that I am mentally struggling with, you
Yeah.
know, I suppose the body image and the self-love, and you're so tired and
Yeah.
you feel guilty for taking time away from the other kids. And are you giving this new baby enough attention? You feel all the feels. And so I'm really conscious postpartum not to wear black because I know that, that is sort of a sign that I'm starting to hide again.
Yeah.
And whereas I didn't realize at the time it was just a survival mechanism, I suppose. But yeah, I do really recognize that in myself now. And I notice in other women the difference. I've got girlfriends that only borrow from my wardrobe when they've got these really fun parties.
That's such a compliment.
It
That's
is.
so
They're also
cool.
you can wear this all the time. You don't have
Mm.
to wear it. That always really makes me laugh. They come over with fancy dress, but it's my actual wardrobe. So, yeah, I do really recognize that in myself as a sign that, okay, something's, maybe something's not right at the moment.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that resonates with me because last year's sort of when everything sort of fell apart for me again with my story, and I just got to a certain point with my life where I was wearing stilettos like a couple of days a week and wearing big over the top coats and was sort of being recognized by the person who dresses a little bit more extra than other people around me. I live in a rural town in New Zealand where hoodies and jeans all the way.
Yeah.
And then sort of things sort of fell apart and I just found myself either only wanting to put on comfortable clothes again or really finding it hard to reach for those items, and I'd wear them but I just didn't feel the same. I felt like I was
Yeah.
forcing it because we're talking about really deep ingrained personal about yourself, and you either give into it or you fight it. It's not either way. It's not an easy process to have the luxury and the freedom of just picking up, putting it on, and celebrating yourself. At times, it's not easy, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Like you just have to love yourself. Like your self care doesn't need to be just a facial and a cup of tea. It can be wearing stilettos, diamante jeans. Like
Yeah.
you're showing physical love for yourself, and that's what's really important. So Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
totally hear what you're saying and appreciate like the pink. I'm like, I want to wear that to work.
Yeah. And, so I also live in a very small country town. It's called Wellington, but it is in
Yeah.
Australia. It's not your
Yeah.
Wellington.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I was living, in a beautiful coastal city, and I moved
Mm,
back here to my family during COVID and met my husband, and, now we have this fantastic life. But it took me a really long time to get used to small town living again. And,
mm,
I've got a beautiful group of friends and sisters and things here, but a lot of places that we go and a lot of events that we go to, the dress code is unofficially jeans and a nice top.
it's still
And
that way. Eh?
love that, but, like, it gets a little bit, you know,
I
uh,
know.
so I sometimes spend, I don't think ages, but I try different outfits, and I'll walk out and Jack will say, "Babe, it's just Wellington. Don't worry about it." And so I've had to really, and not, and I don't mean this lightheartedly, I have really had to explain to him, I'm not dressing for him. I'm not dressing for Wellington. I'm doing this for me. I have to show myself that no matter where I am or who we're going out for dinner with, I matter. And that time of
Hmm.
getting myself ready so I feel good matters.
Yeah.
And it makes such a difference because, I mean, 1 week of my cycle, I couldn't look better. Like, is she ready
Mm.
for the runway? Yes, she is. The next week I put on the same outfit. Not good. It's not
Yeah.
for me. And obviously my husband can't comprehend that at all,
Yeah.
but it makes a huge difference to how I show up for myself if I feel
Yeah.
really confident in my outfit. And I really want that to be portrayed through Savia. It's not just another clothing label. I want it to feel like a movement. I want women to know that
Yeah.
they deserve to take that time to get ready, and they don't have to feel like they stand out in a room. I don't want them to feel like everyone's staring at them. I want them to walk into a room and know that they're okay by them. Not they're
Yeah.
confident by themselves, and they are confident in the outfit they're wearing. They feel like they look good, regardless of whether they, have every person in the room compliment or no one. They feel that confidence in themselves. And yeah, I really want that to be entwined in every single aspect of Savvy. And it has a number of, I suppose, branches or aspects to the brand. So we obviously have Savvy the label, which is our fashion label. And then it's sort of attached to that is Savvy the app.
Hmm.
Um, I have like shiny object syndrome. As soon as I get excited about something, I go at 110%. So we have this app that, tracks your goals and your mindset, and there's a community forum in there and a planner, and the whole kind of concept behind the app. Matt, actually, I've got the planner here, sort of mirrors our planners.
Hmm.
And the purpose behind that is because I really, really believe that feeling confident and feeling proud of your outfit and how you show up really starts from the inside. So if your goals, your mindset, and your daily habits all align, you're going in the right direction. The things that
Yes.
you do every single day matter. The effort that you put into, and I don't mean effort in terms of time, but the care that you put into your outfit and how you show up for yourself and giving yourself that time matters. And
Yeah.
so the app and the planner and things kind of complement that aspect of mindset and self-growth and goals and, really giving some time to your direction. And then we have the Savvy, the foundation, which is, of course, where we really align our goals and our momentum, I suppose. So $10 from every order, I presume I'm allowed to say this,
Yeah.
$10 from
Yeah.
every order from Savvy, the label, goes towards our foundation. And I've put that together as a way to help women take the next bold step in their life. So whether it's a business venture, whether it's education or um, something to do with childcare, whatever you need, doesn't have to just be mums, but something that you need to be able to take that first step forward. Because
Mm.
I know, and so many other women are in the same boat. We are the first people to put ourselves at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
So, if it's something for my kids, like, no questions asked, we're getting it. And they will always have a bucket full of snacks, and they'll always have warm
Mm.
jams, and they'll always have all the things. And then I put on my socks and they've got holes in them.
Mm.
What's happening? So putting this foundation together was a way of making sure that, there's no strings attached. I don't have equity in your business. There's no strings attached at
No.
all. It's just an application process every quarter. I would love to get to the position where it's every month, but of course we are, purely based on when orders come in. We have the money
Mm.
there to give. So, yeah, it's just an opportunity for women to have the funds to do something for themselves that's really going to put their life in the direction that they want to go without feeling like they're taking something away from their home, or which I don't think that you are, but I know that that's the mentality that we, sort
Yeah.
of does a lot. So that was sort of, I guess the idea or the purpose behind Savvy the Foundation.
Yes, and what what I appreciate is that you're already doing what I was naturally heading in that direction of, like, "Oh, why am I asking for money?" Well, because I have an app. What does your app do? I can't really tell you because it's actually about domestic violence and submitting your data in courts. I actually can't tell you.
Yeah.
It becomes quite awkward, right?
Yeah.
That app, so we've got an app, we call it Project Hydra, and it is a journal that you can log in securely so that if your phone gets taken, it's not on the phone, it's on the internet, and you
Mhm.
can just print it off PDF, dated, hand it to your lawyer for your protection order, which is that in a nutshell.
Mhm.
But that costs money, and that's why we've created the retail store as a sort of easy way of, well, not easy, it's not easy, is it? But
Definitely not easy.
fun way of getting that money to come in and doing exactly what you're doing, of like then it filters through into a foundation, and it's a way of building up while waiting for grants and funding and investors. But also, I have this big dream of being able to help survivors get back up on their feet in a similar way through Patreon, or just a online community, through another app got in mind, probably very similar to yours, but focusing on a healing journey. Yeah. But I really like your concept for your foundation because there is no, you're like you said, you're not taking on ownership or equity of someone's, but you're just literally giving them an opportunity that they might not be able to get because they don't fit into a certain category of assistance. Like you work
Yeah.
with NDIS, so you're working with people with health needs, but some people who they will never get that kind of assistance, or those funds for getting on your feet don't exist.
Mhm.
So I want to thank you for doing that because all it takes is one person, right? And so you've done
Yeah.
it. You should be really proud of yourself. It's
It's
amazing.
just,
Y-
it's really fun for me on the other
yeah,
side. Like, I get to read everyone's applications, and like even
yeah.
to sit down and fill out an application form for yourself is massive. Like
Mm,
it's just, yeah, it's even just that act, you're doing something
mm,
for yourself, and you're showing that you believe
yeah,
in what you're doing, and you believe in the importance of what you're trying to do for yourself or for your family or for your, overall lifestyle. So even just that act is a massive,
yeah.
massive step for people. And so then for me to get to sit there and read the stories, and, you only have to apply once, and there's
Mm.
grants given out every quarter. So, even if it's not you this quarter, you're still in the running for next quarter. And, yeah, it's really cool to be a part
How,
of that. So
how many applications have you had so far?
we've had, oh, I don't know.
I think you've said that you've raised over $250,000.
No, that's our goal.
Oh, that's the goal.
That's
But
our
either
goal.
way,
Yes.
that's a huge goal.
Yes,
That's yes.
that's our goal. So it's $10 from every order.
Hmm.
And so every time an order comes through Savvy the Label, we have $10 across to the foundation.
Yeah.
We've given out one grant so far. We're a very new company. We've given
Yes.
out
Yeah.
one grant. It went to a beautiful mum who has started her own Pilates studio,
Yeah.
and she needed, to get some new equipment and things like that. So that's what yes, she put it towards new equipment and also some of her she wanted to do some new certificates for education. So
Amazing.
equipment, she did some more education, and was able to sort of continue scaling her Pilates studio. I think she's added 2 or 3 classes to her timetable, so using the new equipment. So that was fantastic. We've had other women who are in the process of studying and, just sort of need a little bit of assistance either with childcare or to pay for the course. We've had women who are looking to rent a space just to either take their retail space offline. We've had lots of different ones, which is really cool.
That's cool. But like you said, like writing it down, that's like written therapy. You're
Yeah.
validating your goals for yourself. And I love that. I recently found all my diaries from the last few years. Like they're not all filled, but I just found them. And I'd been writing like goals for myself over the last 20 years. And I mean, like literally not filled because my ADHD, need a new one. But finding it and that process of writing down your manifesting like for your future or acknowledging a process that you're working through to be able to look back now and go, wow, I actually got what I wanted.
Yeah.
So sometimes it is so powerful to write something down, like your clients, your appliquees. I can't do words. To take that step of go, I want to apply for this, to even think that means that you've worked through quite a lot to get to that point. Then to go, I'm going to apply for it, to start writing it and hit submit. That step, that all your applicants should be so proud of themselves for even trying, because once they've tried, they won't stop. Because you just know. It might be disappointing, but if you're listening, don't stop. Keep going. Step, step, step. Keep going. You're going to get there. It's not that you're not of value. It's not that you are not an important, it's just that that's how lotteries and things work. So you just keep going and you'll get there. You'll find another way forward. You just got to keep going because you're so important,
I agree. And I have found that, for a few women that I've spoken to who have applied, they fill it out. And what they've sort of realized is that there actually is so much they can do, whether they get the grant or not.
Yeah.
Because it's really easy to think, oh, I'll do that when I get some more money. Oh, I'll do that when we've got. There's actually so much that you can be doing right now. Reach out to people in your network and, someone can mind the kids while you do their ironing or, whatever that kind of swap system is. Or you might not be able to afford to rent a whole space, but maybe approach a local business that has a spare room. And I know that this Pilates studio, they started in a smaller space, moved to this bigger space, and then needed the equipment to facilitate that. So, look for steps, and sometimes getting it out on paper and really explaining what those steps are to somebody else, which is in this case me, you're able to see a path of, there actually is so much, especially now, like, with AI and with social media and things, you have access to so much relatively for free. So I think even just going through that process of mapping it out makes a huge difference to people, for women to sort of understand, I suppose, what their next steps can be regardless. So I think even just that realization has been really exciting for a lot of women because it is possible to start. You've just kind of had this, I guess, mental block set up that, oh, I can't do that yet. We don't have the money. Well, what can you do,
Yeah. Yes. So starting this foundation or starting even this process, it all came from a place of rage. But then I was like, right, I'm going to do something about it. And then I had this app and I was like, oh, what do I do with this app? Like, how do I even get it out there? And I had this big idea, partner women's refuge and all these things. So I got a business mentor. There's free ones that you can get, right? And I'm meeting with her tomorrow, actually. And she said that. She said, write it down. She said, you've got a big bowl of spaghetti. We need to start. She goes, there's a value in it, but we just need to identify where that is and where you can start and what you can control. Like, I can't control a government grant or corporate sponsorship. That's my goal. And I know what I need to do to get there. But what I can control is right now social media, podcasting, and thanks to Shopify, this should be sponsored
Yeah.
by them, a retail store. Because like no one wants, I've got all these give a little pages, but what's the story? What's this random person asking for money? So uh, yeah, there are so many things available to us that didn't exist. Even 10 years ago, I tried to start an Etsy store. Then my sewing machine broke, but I've actually found one of the bonnets today. I made these.
So cute.
But I just was like, oh, I'll put that there for some content later. But we didn't have what we have now. It was so much harder for everybody who got started in that era and did well. Like that took a lot of work.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the time. But now it's different. There's teaching myself how to code, like how to ask, but that's because AI can do it for me. I tell it what I want, but how to fix it. And that's the whole thing. You are right. There's so much that we can do now that we couldn't do before, but you still have to remind yourself that you're worthy of it, that you can do this. You deserve it. Like go out into the world and just bloody do it, mate. Like it's your life, no one else's. So yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's a Steve Jobs quote maybe, but it's you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them back. And I've had so many different businesses and jobs and all the things, like from admin to personal trainer to a bit of sort of business mentoring, networking event kind of style to NDIS to, to all the different hats. And it didn't make sense at all at the time. I was just like, if I want to have a go at something, I'll jump in and have a go, because even if it doesn't work, you've got a new skill or you've met some new people. It just doesn't matter. Like just move forward and have a go. And now with Savvy, there are so many things that, I do know that person because of this, and I can, I've got this contact or I've got this skill or whatever, and it's all just coming together. And so now, creating Savvy with the foundation for, helping women to take that next step, and with the app for goals and mindset, and with Savvy with the fashion, it's just every single thing that I've ever wanted really like working together. That's the link that was missing. I had all these different ideas and I couldn't articulate them together. And to have that is just, I just feel like I'm living my best life. And I don't say that lightly. I'm just so happy to have got to this point. And it's fantastic. And so, I would encourage anyone to take that step.
Yes. And, yes. And I said the exact same thing to my therapist recently, because like, oh my gosh, I'm actually living the life I always wanted to. Like it's so weird to be going through everything that's been going on. It's been horrendous. There's been a lot of stuff in the background that I don't share because it's people's personal lives. I don't have the right to share it. I can only share a little bit of what's happening to me personally, because it's legally I can't give out someone's story. Yeah. But there's a lot going on, like finding victims. There's a lot. So in that though, I'm connecting with advocates. I'm looking at policy. I'm looking at researching. I haven't done any for a little while, but like researching like bright survival, like regenerating yourself through pink. Like that is actually something that I'm sure it hasn't been studied at all because it's pink. Like there's no way anyone's looked at that. But that is an element of healing, and there is something in that that's beyond our understanding of healing and surviving, of crystals and wellness journals and spa days, which are all important, but they're all working towards that pink. That's what it is, right? If that makes any sense. It's part of it. And I was just, sort of reflecting with my therapist. I was like, this is such a weird space to be in. It's not meant to be, because no one should experience what abuse is, but this is what I've always wanted. are you serious? I'm like, what? I wanted to start a fashion label. Okay, cool. I started a retail store. Like all of these things, I've got my own t-shirts eventually will come, you know. What I would really like to do is TV personality. Like, get that ticked off.
I love that.
That'd be so funny because if you're doing the thing you've always wanted to do, you'll jump at the opportunities that come up and you'll just make it work. And you can't fail because you're just having fun.
Yeah.
Just have fun, guys. Like, you're not going to fail. You'll learn along the way and you'll stumble upwards. But was that Tony and Ryan podcast? Just start the fucking podcast. Okay. Yes, mum. Okay. 50 Cent. No. Who gave them the fist pump? No, I can't remember. Snoop Dogg. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I know Snoop Dogg, yes.
But do you know who Tony and Ryan are?
No.
Oh, they're Melbourne podcast. They're very funny. They're all about putting a brand on the shelf and just having a laugh. And they went to the Webby Awards for their podcast. And you're only allowed to say start the fucking 4 or 5 words. And they're like, should we say it? Should we say it? And they did. That was their speech. Just start the fucking blog. And then there's a video of Snoop Dogg walking down, and then is it Ryan? He's like, and then he gets a fist pump. It's like, yes, they're just like living their best lives because they're just doing it, Yeah. And that's what you're embodying, and that's what I'm trying to do, and that's it. If you are just doing what you love, you are never going to fail. You might not hit some goals that you might have, but you're not going to fail. You're just going to pivot, and find the space. So,
I agree.
Amazing work, man. Amazing work, Jessica.
Thank you.
So tell me about, so the foundation, like what's been the process for you going through setting that up? I know you said earlier you haven't done the registration yet. Neither. It costs a lot of money and it's a lot of paperwork, and being grassroots means you need to raise the money first or be bequeathed some money in some way. So explain your process.
Sure. So when I initially started Savvy, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I just had no idea what the process was. So I had a meeting with a man who specializes in setting up a charity sort of style foundation, which is definitely the end goal. But he was sort of really clear that the amount that it takes to invest to actually sort of register, and I'm not sure about New Zealand, but in Australia to officially set up a charity is at this stage more than Savvy is making. So it's only $10 per order, and we've only been live for a few months, so we're not actually making enough to even afford to turn it into a charity. He said, so few options. He said you can either wait and set it up, or you can just do it yourself and have the application process, have the obviously we can't use the words donate and things like that because there's nothing to donate to, but we're giving $10 from our order. He said, and then you can get started, right away. As long as you've sort of got the application process, then it's really just a business offering grants. And so I thought about it for a long time, but I knew that this was something that I wanted from day one, and I didn't want it to be something that, when we get bigger, we'll do this because, that's the right thing to do. It's a really core value for me, and the brand essentially is me. So it was so important that we did that from order number one. So that's sort of the way that we've sort of, I suppose, set it up is that application process just directly through our business. And I suppose the biggest benefit of that is that there's no red tape. So every single order, $10 goes to the next woman who wins, that next grant. There's no hidden fees. There's no hidden, anything. It's just, this is what I've said I'm going to do, and this is what I'm doing. And we're doing that from order number one. So that was sort of, I suppose, the main process or thought process really behind why we've set it up that way. Still definitely the goal to set it up as an official charity, and just the goals are endless in terms of events that we do and retreats and things like that. But at this stage of business, it just doesn't make sense because there just isn't the money there. So to invest to set it up would mean I don't actually have a grant to give, which would defeat the whole purpose. So,
well, that's pivoting, right?
yeah,
So yeah, you have these goals, but you need to pivot till you get there. I also want to be able to do wellness retreats, or
yeah,
be able to gift someone a spot on a retreat that exists,
yeah,
or partner. So hey, mate, we're probably gonna be crossing paths a lot.
yeah. I love
Also,
that.
by the way, I lived a lot of my life in New South Wales, so yeah, mate. Sorry. I actually used to live in Byron Bay, Nimbin, it's in Rock Valley as a kid and stuff like that. So I knew no Australia. Like,
Yes, I
people
love
go, "Are
that.
you Australian?" I'm like, no, just dual identity, guys. Just dual identity, 50-50.
Well, Byron
But
is very beautiful.
yeah. So you can imagine, like, speaking of like color, like went from Byron Bay to New Zealand as a teenager, and it was like I stood out. I
Yeah,
was like, yeah, but you don't understand. Like, this is like 2000 in Byron Bay, where before they put the tunnel in, guys, before there was a tunnel from connecting the airport, Coolangatta, to Byron, you'd have to drive over this big hill, be 3 hours to Byron, or even further to where I lived in Lismore. And it's like, guys, I've got no idea. No one ever went down there. Except Al McPherson. That was the year of when she used to go down to Watergoes all the time.
yeah.
Yeah. I never saw her, but yeah.
Yes, yeah. I've never seen the Hemsworths there, but I always try.
Yeah. Yes. When I moved back was when they just started going back. Miley was there. People would see them. I'd be like, how come I never got to see Miley?
Yeah, I never see anyone, but I'll get
No. Yeah. It was like the
going there
beginning
to
of the Instagram era when I moved back. So it was like all these celebrities started moving. Anyway, we digress, but yes. But that, again, we pivot, we digress. That is the point, right? Is that you don't have to have it all lined up. You just have to start doing it and things will fall into place. Like,
Yeah,
same, I don't have $1 million grant investor to build the best server. That will come with time. But between now and then, it's about building the cornerstone values,
yeah,
the brand identity, and there'll be iterations of your branding as you go along.
yeah,
My company name might need to change at some point, but I chose Maia Ātaahua because it means brave and beautiful, and that translates into any language. So call it whatever you want. I don't really care. As long as we're working with that value that your bravery is beautiful.
Mhm.
Like, it's brave is a feminine, like it is, it's not a gender thing. It's you are brave.
yeah,
So, and beautiful is, men are beautiful too, right? Like there's no, I just don't like the gender thing of like brave is for boys,
yeah,
girls are pretty, it's like, no, bullshit. Like, no.
yeah.
Yeah. So what do you find like is the biggest hurdle? I know you've talked about just now about the getting registered, but
Mhm.
what's been the biggest hurdle?
Um, Probably just the education around it, just getting women to understand that there's no trick.
Yeah.
There's no, yeah, I really have to, which I didn't think I'd have this issue, but I really have to work to get women to complete the application
Yeah.
because either they sort of don't see the worth in them doing it, like for
Yeah.
themselves, or it just can't be that easy, But like there really isn't any trick. And so, yeah, I suppose the education process around letting women know that I've actually set this up for you
Mm.
genuinely. Yeah, and so I think that's probably the biggest hurdle that I'm still working through. So, yeah.
But I think that ties into like we're saying, like, to even think about applying means that you have to work past a certain mindset. And I think that's where the healing journal that I've kind of conceptualized would fall in, because a
Mhm.
lot of people won't get to that point of doing that because they're still sitting, at a certain point in their life where they're not feeling of value that they should do it, or learning, like you said, education and trust around themselves.
Yeah.
So there's probably cool. You've just validated that gap for me. Thanks. That's I could talk for hours. I just don't want to like take up too much of your time. Like I'm just
Yes. I've even had women message and sort of say, look, I've been thinking about applying, but I just don't know if it's worth it because I know I won't win it. And I just sort
Well,
of
that's
think
the point.
that's definitely not the point, but also you just, you don't even know what anyone else is working towards. And the winner isn't the person who's more worthy. It isn't the person who has bigger goals or anything like that. It's just however or there's a panel of judges, but however we sort of feel that the money can make the biggest impact.
Yeah.
That it's not about the individual, it's about the impact it can make. And so if it's somebody that, we know that it's going to help another small business as well, or it's going to, take a group of women forward or whatever it is, like that impact is really the key that we're looking for.
Mm.
And so it's not about the individual person at all.
Mm.
And yeah, I think educating people on that. Yeah.
So how can my community, which is very small, but is growing. I've got some young women who are working quietly in the background, and I'm like, you know what? You're the perfect candidate to pay for some training or upskilling through the foundation. Returning to work is kind of where I'm at the moment, is helping people upskill is the goal.
Mm-hmm.
How can our community connect with your community, or how can we support your community?
Yeah, sure. So we're on Instagram. We've got lots of different pages for all the different brands: Savvy the Label, Savvy the App, Savvy the Foundation. Or you can also head to our website, which is savvythelabel.com. And on there, you'll find all the information about our label and our beautiful pieces and collections. But there's also a lot of information on there around the foundation with an application link. And there's a tracker on there, so you'll be able to see, how much we've given away, with each grant and our, of course, our goal. Yeah, there's lots of information about me, about the foundation, about the label, about all things Savvy on the website. So that's probably the key.
Cool. Awesome. Well, guys, get your t-shirts.
And this denim set launches on Friday.
Oh, okay. So when this episode comes
when this
out,
goes live, it won't be.
It'll be launched, and hopefully,
okay.
No, that's it. You're still not thinking. You're still considering wholesale. So I don't know if I'll have it. It doesn't matter. We'll just, guys, go buy the jacket. Go buy the two-piece. I really want it. I'm like, no, it needs the little scarf. I was looking, I can get the polka dot scarf and everything. So I was like, oh my God, I really, the knit two-piece. No, that's about, no, and the skirt. You've got a beautiful, roughly tulle skirt.
Oh, the tulle skirt. It's on the website as well. Yes.
Yeah. I was like, when I do public speaking, because I'm manifesting, right? When I do this is what I want. Or when I'm sitting, we have the Beehive in Wellington here, the Parliament building called the Beehive.
Yeah.
Like, I'm obviously going to have a policy up there, and I want to be there in my tulle skirt with my stilettos. Not joking.
Love
No. I just like to think of these moments to positively manifest.
I agree. You've got to have your outfit picked.
That's right. And I am professional. I just also like to have a laugh. Well, thank you so much, Jess. I could talk to you for a long time. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I understand the 3 babies. I need a mama.
I really appreciate you asking me. Thank you for having me.
No, it was a pleasure, and I hope that we will. I know that we will work out a lot. I think there's lots of crossovers. Maia Ātaahua is for New Zealand and Australia, because Australia is my home as well, and women in Australia also need that love and care. And I know that there'll probably be opportunity for yourself, for our Kiwi wahine, our women's. There's crossovers, even if it's just there. It doesn't matter, because we're all connected, right? We're all one great big family. So thank you so much. What an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Fabulous. Right. Thank you. Okay. Well, thanks, guys. That was Jess. Thank you for listening, guys. I hope you had a good time. I know some of these episodes might be distressing, as we covered some gnarly things, so please reach out. We're all in this together, and we all deserve the right to sparkle, we all deserve dignity, and we all deserve joy. If you're unsure who to speak to, come find us over on Instagram and we'll help connect you with the local service. Okay, love you, bye.